this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder the Capital One bank guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also talk about how most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
Hi, Kyle. Could you draw up a quick document with the basic business plan? Just one page, as a Google Doc, and send me the link? Thanks.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
But there was no link. There was no business plan. I hadn't programmed Kyle to be able to do that yet. I'm Evan Ratliff, here with a story of entrepreneurship in the AI age. Listen as I attempt to build a real startup run by fake people. Check out the second season of my podcast, Shell Game, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you? Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm with Charles W. Bryant, and I am Josh Clark.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, man.
What?
Good, man.
Oh, okay.
M-A-N-G.
Chuck, have you been concussed?
No, man.
Are you sure?
I'm acting like it.
You're showing some classic symptoms here.
You know, if I was concussed, you know what that would mean.
What?
That would mean my brain moved and hit my skull.
Yes.
That's what a concussion is.
This is a new, fresh, segue-free edition of Stuff You Should Know, right? You like this one?
Yeah, why not?
So, yeah, concussion. It's in the news all over the place today, right?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Because the NFL.
Yes. Right, Chuck. A concussion is, put simply, where your skull stops moving, but your brain keeps moving.
Yep.
And it slaps the inside of your skull, which is pretty hard.
I'm kind of surprised the human body didn't... We've evolved in such great ways to prevent things like that. I'm surprised there wasn't like a built-in Hans system like NASCAR uses. Something like a web around the brain.
We do. We have that memory. Remember, that's what shrinks when you have a hangover.
Well, it clearly doesn't work that well if it can still hit your skull. That's what I'm saying.
It's true.
I wish it was such that concussions wouldn't even happen.
Right. We need like a padding of foam rubber like in between our skull.
Like an interior football helmet.
Right. Let's get on that.
All right. Nobel Prize,
Chuck
baby.
and I are going to go do some gene splicing after this.
It would end up being an Ig Nobel Prize with us, though.
So, yeah.
For
yeah.
sure.
Lots of wah, wah, wah. Chuck, where does the word concussion come from?
Josh, it is Latin, like most medical terms, and I believe the word is concutire.
Which means
to shake violently.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
So your brain's being shaken violently, and it's nay good when that happens.
Nay.
My friend Chris Jones, this was, I think, his first article that he wrote for the site. He's a freelancer now.
Oh, is this a buddy of yours?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And as he put it...
crony of yours?
I would say more a buddy than a crony.
You didn't get him hired?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, he's a crony.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a good writer, though. It's a good article.
He is a good guy. He writes for the Motley Fool, too, actually.
Oh, nice.
He's all over the place. He wrote that in an ironic twist, the one bone specifically designed to shield our gray matter from injury ends up doing the most damage.
Great sentence.
Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, we need like something, a football helmet around our brain within our skull.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just don't hit your head hard on something.
Right, which apparently is a little more difficult than one would think. And I think that one of the reasons we're podcasting about this now is, like you said, that it's kind of big.
Yeah.
NFL's all over it.
Huge.
Well, no, NFL's doing the opposite of being all over it, and it's getting lots of press attention.
No, they're all over it now, though.
Are they?
Yeah, just this week. We'll get into
Right.
that.
Okay. All right. I think one of the reasons that we're podcasting about concussions that this article got written is it's big.
Right.
It's big right now. We're finally starting to realize that it's not, you don't just get your bell rung or
Right, sure.
you're not a little rattled.
Right.
What we're starting to see is that concussions lead very easily to early death, specifically multiple concussions.
Or dementia or Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Bad stuff. All from one horrible moment.
Yeah, or multiple.
Or several, yeah. So, Chuck, what are some of the ways you can be concussed? I've been concussed.
And I can't get up. Actually, what you should do is not get up. But we'll get to that, too.
Yeah. So, Chuck, what are some of the symptoms of a concussion? Let's say you are a University of Georgia
cheerleader.
Sure, and you want to come over and diagnose poor Bakari Rambo, who is unconscious.
Right.
What are you looking for?
Well, I would look at Bakari first. If he was nauseous or uncoordinated, no balance, confused, had a slurred speech or memory loss or a delayed reaction time, that would be my immediate diagnosis if I'm looking at him and I see some of those symptoms.
Right.
That he might, in fact, be concussed.
Right. Those are some outward symptoms, right?
Right.
There's also ones that the concussed person will experience, like sensitivity to light and sound.
Yes, Josh, that is called phonophobia and photophobia.
Right.
Loud noises and bright lights, no good if you're concussed.
Loud noises?
Right.
Right, yeah, you don't want that. It can make you dizzy, give you a headache, make you nauseated. It's just bad stuff. It can also disturb your sleep.
Irritability, anxiety as far as emotional impact.
Right.
Depression.
Sure. And your ability to think, actually. A lot of times there is an accompanying amnesia to concussion.
Yeah.
And it's usually immediate. Like if the person loses consciousness, they when they wake up, they may have some sort of amnesia.
Sure.
Or even if they don't lose consciousness, they can still have some amnesia from the moment that impact took place.
Right.
The moment their brain slapped the inside of their skull.
Yeah. So that's why when you see, like on a football sideline or in a boxing ring, there's just a battery of questions they'll be asking, like,
right.
Who are you? Do you know where you are? And if they say something like, I'm playing football, they need to get a little more specific than that. Say, what city are we in? What team are we playing? What team are you on?
Mike Tyson.
Right. And it's time to get out of the game.
Right. Which is kind of a it's difficult, actually. Did you see that testimony by Ray Lewis?
Yeah.
Hey, they were talking about getting out of the game, and even knowing just the little bit that we know now about concussions, Lewis was still like, depends on what's going on in the game. You know?
Yeah.
From what I understand, if you have a concussion, you don't go back in that game.
Well, as of yesterday, that's the new rule.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about that.
Let's back up a second, because the NFL has long been not too sensitive to concussions and taken a lot of heat over the years.
Yeah.
For having their team doctors allow guys to go back in too soon, or leaving it up to the player who wildly underreports concussions. NFL players do.
Right.
Or all athletes, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And there's a guy named John McKay, and he was on the San Diego Chargers in the early 70s. Mm-hmm. Sadly, he played with a guy named Ralph Wenzel for the entire 1972 season, and neither one of them remember playing with each other as teammates.
Wow.
Very sad.
Wow.
So McKay's wife led this charge to get this on the NFL's radar, because she started making calls and found, she said, at least 20 people whose husbands were suffering from Alzheimer's and early dementia.
And we're talking
their 50s.
Like age, there's others that are suffering as early as their 30s and 40s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So she wrote Commissioner Tagliabue at the time a letter. He got the ball rolling, and they created the 88 plan, which was McKay's number. Mm-hmm. And they now families can receive up to $88,000 a year for care if they,
from the NFL?
Yeah, if they qualify.
That's great.
So that happened, and then 2 days ago, the NFL, because the concussions have been big news this year, especially a lot of high-profile guys. Ben Roethlisberger for the Steelers and a couple other high-profile dudes have been concussed. Mm-hmm. Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
And the new rule takes effect this week. It's like an immediate rule, which is unusual. And if you have fleeting symptoms, you're allowed to return to the game. But if you have amnesia, poor balance, or an abnormal neurological examination, you cannot go back into the game at all.
That's a good rule.
It's a very good rule.
Although from what Chris Jones says, if you've been concussed, if you show any evidence of concussion, you shouldn't be going back into the game at all.
Well, yeah, sure.
I guess baby steps, right?
Yeah, and I think they're also bringing in for the post-game evaluations after, the coming days after, they have now required this independent doctors have to perform the test and not the team doctor.
I think that's a good rule as well.
Because if you've seen Any Given Sunday, I think the notion of the team doctor is kind of a joke in the NFL.
Sure.
Support for this show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt, from renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year. You can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, buys one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/SYSK and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/SYSK. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors, LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated Assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Hi, Kyle. Could you draw up a quick document with the basic business plan? Just one page, as a Google Doc, and send me the link? Thanks.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
But there was no link. There was no business plan. It's not his fault. I hadn't programmed Kyle to be able to do that yet. My name is Evan Ratliff. I decided to create Kyle, my AI co-founder, after hearing a lot of stuff like this from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman.
There's this betting pool for the first year that there's a one-person billion-dollar company, which would have been like unimaginable without AI, and now will happen.
I got to thinking, could I be that one person? I'd made AI agents before for my award-winning podcast, Shell Game. This season on Shell Game, I'm trying to build a real company with a real product run by fake people.
Oh, hey, Evan. Good to have you join us. I found some really interesting data on adoption rates for AI agents in small to medium businesses.
Listen to Shell Game on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I read about another group of ex-athletes led by a guy named Chris Nowinski. He played football for Harvard.
Oh, yeah.
But then he went on to the WWE.
Uh-huh.
And he had several concussions and then took a kick to the chin, and that was it. Lights out for him, career over.
Wow.
And he started to read studies on concussions because he had like headaches for 5 years and was depressed. Depression's a big part of comorbidity of concussions. And he ended up founding the Sports Legacy Institute with a guy named Dr. Robert Cantu, who I know whose name you'll recognize.
Yes, sir.
Because he founded one of the, indices for grading concussions.
The Cantu scale.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But they got together and created the Sports Legacy Institute, and they take donations of ex-football players' brains once they die for study.
Wow.
And the study that they've been doing together, so basically Nowinski recruits families to donate their dead, football players' brains. And then Cantu turns around and dissects the brains at this place called the Center for the Study of Traumatic Encephalopathy, which he co-directs. And this group, the CSTE, are finding some really startling stuff in the brains of people who are like 40, 50. Yeah. They got their hands on the brain of an 18-year-old kid who was a multi-sports athlete, died at 18. They got his brain, and his brain and the other brains that they've looked at so far all look like 80-year-old Alzheimer's patients' brains.
Well, I was just about to say, there was a Philadelphia former Eagle named Andre Waters that committed suicide last year. Yeah. He was 44, and they said the same thing. He had the brain of an 80-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
Yeah, and he's not the only one. He committed suicide. Some other guys have been drinking themselves to death. Yeah. A guy named Ted Johnson, who used to play for the Pats, he's donated his brain when he dies. Right. And I think he's in his 30s or early 40s, and he spent 2 years with his curtains closed, holed up in his house. Wow. From just major depression.
That's sad, man. I'm a huge NFL fan, and it's just, you always hear about, and these are just the head injuries, you always hear about these old warriors from before they made a ton of money that are destitute and they can't walk, and
they think that that's another thing, an inability to work, to manage money. That may be one of the reasons why a lot of these guys go bankrupt. It's 80% or 70% of NFL players go bankrupt in like 4 years after leaving.
Well, the average lifespan not lifespan, but tenure of an NFL player is really short. I mean, it's like two seasons or something ridiculous.
So it's
like
the
that.
lifespan.
Yeah.
Especially if you've suffered multiple concussions. Apparently, one concussion, your brain can restore its faculties, can
fully
mend
recover.
itself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But if you have a concussion, then you have a secondary concussion before the first one has time to heal, or you have multiple concussions over your lifetime, you're in deep trouble.
Yes, Josh, that what you just talked about when you have the second one before the first one's healed, that is called potentially second impact syndrome, and you can die.
Yeah, that's way worse because the arteries in the brain swell?
Yeah, it triggers a chain reaction. It starts with a disordered cerebral vascular autoregulation. And that means the brain loses its ability to keep the right amount of blood pressure, basically. So the brain swells, and that leads to congestion and pressure and herniation and death.
Yeah, once your brain stem is herniated, once it's no longer getting its supply of blood and oxygen and everything it needs, there goes your breathing and your heartbeat and all the very primal basic stuff that's controlled by the brain stem.
I'm surprised this hasn't happened yet. And I'm surprised, actually...
Brainstem herniation?
I'm surprised an NFL player has not died on the football field yet.
Yeah.
That's shocking to me that has not happened. And I think it's going to take something like that, unfortunately. Although they're going in the right direction now, I used to think that it would take something that drastic to really make drastic changes. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. It's not that much of a blood sport. It's a very physical sport, but, people don't go out like hockey.
Yeah.
People want to see somebody get their throat slit by like a
Did you ever see that, dude?
No.
You never saw that?
No.
That happened.
Where?
A hockey goalie had his jugular vein cut in a hockey game.
Is it on video somewhere?
It's got to be. I saw it on TV when it happened. It was a while ago. It was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But the guy bends down on his knees and grabs his throat, and in 3 seconds you see a pool of blood go from a drop to 8 feet in diameter.
Does he die right there?
No, he didn't die.
Oh, good.
In fact, he was back with the team the next day.
Oh my God.
They sewed him up and refilled the pump full of blood, and he was good to go.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Oof.
What a time to be alive.
So we should talk about treatment and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because, if it's not just NFL players, you get concussed at home. Your kid can easily get concussed. In fact, I think concussions are the leading head injury for children.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that, Chuck. We've been talking about the NFL, but the NFL isn't the only group out there playing football. There's tons of kids, and actually I was reading an article by Frank DeFord, right? Mm-hmm. Who you don't want to see. Have you ever seen a picture of Frank DeFord?
No.
It's one of those ones where you're like, man, I wish I didn't see that. This is nothing like what I thought the guy looked like, and really that's what Frank DeFord looks like?
Wow.
I know.
I have seen him, actually.
You have it you're outside your local shopping mall.
Yeah.
Can you spare some change?
Right.
Well, he wrote an article about concussions, and he was basically goading the NFL into doing something. And he also points out that it's not just the NFL who are suiting up. 1.2 million high school students every year play football. And they apparently are much more prone to concussions than older guys because they're the impacts are actually at a higher velocity than in the NFL because they're not worried about their careers. They're trying to get to the career, so they're killing anybody who gets in their way. Whereas an NFL player would be more likely to, number one, he knows his way around the football field. He knows what he's doing. He's been playing for a long time.
Probably fake it easier.
Right. And number two, he's worried about making it out the next Sunday, too, so he's going to take it a little easier on himself, too.
Well, maybe. They also underreport in the NFL, though, just because they don't want to. Heinz Ward called out Ben Roethlisberger last week for being a wuss, basically.
Yeah.
For not playing because he had headaches the week later.
Come on, Heinz.
Yeah, I know. He felt bad for it.
He did?
Yeah.
Good. He should. So, Chuck.
Yes.
We were talking about treatment?
Yes. Josh, the first thing you should do, if you even suspect you were concussed, is stop whatever the heck you were doing to get concussed.
Do not drop and roll either. Just stop.
Just
stop. Stop at the stop point.
No movement.
Right.
And we should also mention that whole thing about don't go to sleep if you're concussed. Not true.
No, it's not.
Rest is actually exactly what you need.
Yeah, Chris points out sleep deprivation is not a good treatment for a concussion.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Right.
So you should stop what you're doing immediately. if you think could possibly be worse than a concussion, you should, immediately go to the doctor, probably get a CT scan or an MRI.
Although the weird thing is you can't see a concussion.
Right.
Like, you can't diagnose a concussion from an MRI or a CT scan. What they're doing when they do scan you is ruling out other types of traumatic brain injury.
Yeah, like internal bleeding and that kind of thing.
Right.
Right. So a minority of the cases, you will have something called post-concussion syndrome, and that can be a couple of weeks or months of side effects, basically. Prolonged everything we talked about: fatigue, dizziness, confusion, nausea, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't always happen. That's why concussions are still sort of a mystery. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Some people recover faster than others. It's really hard to diagnose, like you said, because you can't see it, and people underreport it. So it's really, you're up against a battle here, trying to get it diagnosed and treated correctly. Definitely,
but I think groups like the CSTE, is that what it was called?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. Once they've been cracking open the brains, I think the mysteries are starting to be solved a little more. We talked about how they look like the brains of Alzheimer's patients. One of the reasons they draw that comparison is not just because the symptoms are the same. They actually have protein tangles that are characteristic of Alzheimer's in the brains of multiple concussion sufferers.
Right.
So the brains can't communicate. The neurons can't communicate with each other any longer. Basically, these protein buildups that should have been carried out as waste aren't any longer, and now they're just gumming up the works, which can actually kill the brain cells, which leads to brain death, which leads to death.
Wow. Yeah. Much more serious than people think. Have you ever been concussed?
I don't think I have.
I think I have been a couple of times.
My little girlfriend has.
Really?
Yeah.
I got hit in the head with a softball bat once. And I've never had my bell rung like that before.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I can imagine.
Like, the dude was in the on-deck circle, and I walked up and didn't see him.
Oh, no.
Taking
he was in full swing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just whacked me right in the head.
Did you go unconscious?
No, but I staggered and, saw angels above my head.
Actually, I may have been concussed, because I had the same symptoms after I was shooting at a little propane tank with the high-powered rifle. I'm not kidding.
We should say you should never, ever do something this stupid.
I think that every podcast should start out with a disclaimer, like, don't do what Josh talks about. And I didn't have the stock
against your shoulder firmly.
Against my shoulder.
That's the first
not even
rule of
firmly.
thumb.
I had it under in my armpit, and the thing had a scope, and it went kaboom. And I just looked at my friend and handed him the gun and kind of staggered off. And I was seeing all sorts of
You're like those
lights
chicks on
and
YouTube. If you search girl with shotgun, there's like hundreds of videos of
really
girls
is.
that don't know how to shoot a rifle properly and getting knocked out.
Yeah, that's exactly who I am.
And it is not funny. On YouTube, it's funny because they put the Benny Hill music to it.
I didn't get knocked out, but
Right.
it was. I still have a scar. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
See that little crescent right there?
Uh-huh.
That's from the scope.
Yeah, I bet we've both been concussed.
Yeah. Jerry's like, let's move along.
Yeah. Who cares if you've been concussed?
Support for this show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt, from renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year. You can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, buys one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/SYSK and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/SYSK. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors, LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated Assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Hi, Kyle. Could you draw up a quick document with the basic business plan? Just one page as a Google Doc and send me the link? Thanks.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
But there was no link. There was no business plan. It's not his fault. I hadn't programmed Kyle to be able to do that yet. My name is Evan Ratliff. I decided to create Kyle, my AI co-founder, after hearing a lot of stuff like this from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman.
There's this betting pool for the first year that there's a one-person billion-dollar company, which would have been like unimaginable without AI, and now will happen.
I got to thinking, could I be that one person? I'd made AI agents before for my award-winning podcast, Shell Game. This season on Shell Game, I'm trying to build a real company with a real product run by fake people.
Oh, hey, Evan. Good to have you join us. I found some really interesting data on adoption rates for AI agents in small to medium businesses.
Listen to Shell Game on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We should finish up, Josh, with a little debate. There's some debate in the medical community about whether it is a structural or functional issue with the damage.
Yeah, I think that the opening up of the brains is starting to show that it's structural.
You think so?
Yeah, the protein tangles is definitely structural, but I guess it would be both because it's the structural changes are interfering with the function.
Well, yeah, but some people say that since a concussion is short-lived and you fully recover, then it may not be structural.
Maybe it's from multiple concussions.
Or the severity of the concussion.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
They both have good points.
Sure.
You got anything else, buddy?
No, that's about it. I think
wear your bicycle helmets, kids.
That's another one. Always wear your seatbelt. Auto accidents are another major source of concussions.
Yeah, big time.
Horseback riding incidents.
Yeah, bikes are huge though.
Bikes, sure. Falling in any little kids too are in particular danger because they haven't gotten their coordination.
Yeah.
They don't have their sea legs yet.
Sure.
So they fall over, hit their head, and that actually that can prevent their development further on in life.
Right.
Yeah, I think just being smart and trying to keep your head safe.
Yeah, and kids, if you're out there playing like touch football and you get, tackled and your head hits the ground real hard, seriously, stop playing. Your friends might make fun of you, but, tell them if Ben Roethlisberger can take himself out of a game, then I can.
Way to go,
That's
Chuck.
what I would say.
That's good stuff.
Huzzah.
So that's concussions, and if you want to learn more about it, you might want to type the word concussion into the handy search bar at howstuffworks.com, and always listen to your Uncle Chuck, too. That was really good advice, Chuck.
Thank you, Josh.
So this means it's time for listener mail.
I'm a professional uncle, by the way. Uncle to Reagan, Shelby, Abby, and Noah.
I don't know that you're professional. Are you paid for that?
No, but I'm good at it.
I'm sure you are.
It's a good gig. All right, I've got two quickies from two cute little kids who wrote, and I can never turn these down.
Are you uncle to these kids?
No. This comes from Will in Arlington, Virginia. He's 12. Hi, guys. After hearing your podcast, How Flirting Works, I realized how much I flirt with girls on a daily basis.
I love these ones.
With me being 12 and relationships and dates being just around the corner, I feel middle school would be the perfect time to fetch myself a gal.
You're kidding.
I know. I was not like this when I was 12.
No.
I was like, meep, girls, meep.
Yeah.
Was that me when I was 12 or me now?
12.
Thank God I'm married. I do like some girls, but I'm too shy to tell them. I also think some girls like me, but they're too shy to tell me. I feel left out, so please help me. Could you give me some tips on getting a girl? Maybe some things I should do or tell them. And no, Josh, I will not moon them. Could you give me a shout-out as well? Then any girls who like me will hear the shout-out, and they will be impressed. So this is the shout-out.
You didn't say his last name, did you? I don't think we're allowed to.
Nah, just Will in Arlington, Virginia, 12.
Age 12.
So, Will, we'll say, like we said in the flirting podcast, that my advice at your age, my friend, if you want to get ahead of the game, is be nice to girls.
Sure.
Because a lot of guys that age think it's fun to kind of tease and not be nice to girls. And you learn later on that being nice to girls will get you farther. If you learn that now, little buddy, then you will be ahead of your peers.
That's great. Again, great advice, Chuck.
And be funny. That was the other one, right?
Sure.
You got anything?
Confidence, Will. Confidence. Have confidence. And don't just fetch a gal to fetch a gal.
Sure.
Make sure that you like the girl and she likes you and you both treat each other right and just go from there, buddy.
Yeah. Treat her with respect.
Yeah.
And you'll fetch a gal, all right?
Sure.
Okay. So this comes from, this next one is from Katie, who is a freshman in high school in Florida, unfortunately, because she could potentially be hooked up with Will. Katie wrote us a poem. I was really sad when Haiku Theater ended, which it has. and I wanted to write in with a poem but didn't have the inspiration. Luckily, a bird provided its life for me to write this for you guys. Did you read this one?
No.
Very good. O bird, your short or long existence may or may not have been wonderful. Your mate, girlfriend, or mother will miss you, parentheses, maybe. We will mourn you forever or until we forget. We will never forget your plight to get to the cafeteria. But alas, the window was in the way. The Windex it is clean with is your murderer. Your vengeance will go undone. We aren't sorry at all, dear bird. All your dreams were broken in an instant like your neck. Oh, dear birdie, your life is over now. And that is awesome.
It is. That's Katie. Katie.
He's a freshman in high school in Florida.
Katie hates birds.
Concussed bird.
Yeah, right. Which is now dead.
So those are two cute little kids that wrote in, and we like that.
Thank you both, Katie and Will, and to all of our young listeners. We think very highly of you. And you know what? Let's not just leave it at that. We think highly of all of our listeners, don't we, Chuck?
Yes.
We also think especially highly of our listeners who donate to Kiva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiva.org. Mm-hmm. We have a membership loan team.
Yeah.
Surprise,
Killer
surprise.
team,
I'm sure you've not heard this.
Our team is so serious. It's awesome, too.
Dude, we
go on the
almost have
message board.
1,000 members on our team. Almost.
Yeah. I think that makes us like the 10th largest.
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Pretty cool.
So, yeah, if you want to join our Kiva team, we'd love it if you did. You can make a donation as low as $25, and it gets repaid. Kiva also has gift certificates.
For Christmas?
For Christmas or any holiday that you give a gift on, right, Chuck?
Sure.
You can go to www.kiva.org/team/stuff you should know and join and donate, right? And if you want to send Chuck and I an email, whether you are 12, 14, 82, or the oldest living person on the planet, you can send that to stuffpodcast@howstuffworks.com.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com. Want more How Stuff Works? Check out our blogs on the howstuffworks.com homepage. Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you?
At CVS, it matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it. It matters that we're here for you when you need us, day or night. And we want everyone to feel welcomed and rewarded. It matters that CVS is here to fill your prescriptions and here to fill your craving for a tasty and, healthy snack. At CVS, we're proud to serve your community because we believe where you get your medicine matters. So visit us at cvs.com or just come by our store. We can't wait to meet you. Store hours vary by location.
Hi, Kyle. Could you draw up a quick document with the basic business plan, just one page, as a Google Doc, and send me the link? Thanks.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
But there was no link. There was no business plan. I hadn't programmed Kyle to be able to do that yet. I'm Evan Ratliff, here with a story of entrepreneurship in the AI age. Listen as I attempt to build a real startup run by fake people. Check out the second season of my podcast, Shell Game, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.